Hi, I'm Alnisa and welcome to my garden. So today I'm going to be actually transplanting some new plants that I got from the garden center. If you watched my last video, I did some garden cleanup on those beds back there and a few other spots in preparation for a beautiful set of transplants I had just bought, let's say a few days earlier. Well, I ended up going on vacation, and before that just ran out of time to actually get them in the dirt, and they all died.
Your baby plants have dead. Don't be sad. You're growing another.
Yeah, they look really bad, and it was kind of sad and disappointing to waste the money and then those really healthy looking seedlings. But you have to move on in gardening. It's all about moving forward. So yesterday I went and purchased some replacements. They weren't as pretty and healthy looking as the ones I lost, but I'll nurse them back to health, so that should be fine. But I'm gonna make it my business to make sure to get them in the ground today and water them in and get them started so I can salvage what I can of this fall garden that I'm trying to start. Thankful to Winslow and Ross, who gifted me a bunch of beautiful garden tools. So I'm going to be using my cultivator today by Winslow and Ross, and this shovel, which is a transplanter for my work that I'm doing today. And I hope to do a giveaway soon for some of their products. They're really high quality. I use them all the time. Even if they didn't send them to me and I found them in the store, I would tell you that they are good stuff. Look at me hitting the sharp side. Trying to hurt myself because I'm not looking. Anyway, good stuff. Let's get started. Okay, I picked up some more curly kale. There's collards in there, broccoli and Brussels sprouts, and I also picked up a couple mums because this year I'm going to try planting them in the beds for visual interest and just, you know, something different. And as much as I love mums, I've mentioned this before, they need a lot of water, and I tend to kill them because I forget to water them in the front of my house. So I think that putting them in the ground is going to give them a better chance of surviving my garden. So I'm going to get these planted and let's go. Well, look at this. I don't know what this is, but this is a little volunteer something another that grew in these beds. So I'm going to start with watering this.
Yeah, me too.
You too. I'm going to start with watering these beds in and then giving these good water because they were a bit dry.
Some and plants.
This was a little volunteer that was in the bed. I think it's a bean plant. It looks like a bean plant. This bed, but I'm still going to amend each planting hole with some granular all-purpose fertilizer and a few worm castings just to give it a little extra boost. beds and turning them over, be on the lookout for grubs. Did I cut this one up? No, he's still alive. These are the larvae of Japanese beetles, my arch nemesis. But they will definitely, they're destructive at every stage. So here at this point, they will eat your plants and feed on them from underground as they move closer to the surface. And then when they become Japanese beetles, if you're not familiar with them, they tear up and they come in droves. So yeah, get rid of these guys. Okay, they are all in. I'm out of breath. This is another reason I just don't really love my lower beds. They just wreak havoc on my back, which is why I ended up upgrading to the taller beds. But nevertheless, we're gonna use what we got. So all these collards are in. I'm gonna water them in really well because the soil is super dry. And then move on to the next bed. If you're wondering why I'm not just using my grids, it's because they're not hooked up yet. I have a hose that is not turned on, and so we're trying to figure out how to turn that hose on so I can connect these to that faucet, because I have one on the other side of the house that's just too far, so that's why. So I decided on all of this is broccoli. Those 4 are Brussels, and these are curly kale. These last 4. So mix it up a little bit in this bed. Okay, all done, all watered in. I took my time because that soil was bone dry. So took my time, watered everything in. Everyone looks happy. I will update you guys on the progress in a couple weeks. Okay, the beds are all planted out. Now I have to make sure I take the time to cover them with some row hoops and some garden mesh, because the dreaded cabbage butterfly, cabbage moth is still out and about. I've seen them around, so we don't want that. We don't want those problems. So I have a set from last year. They weren't my favorite, so I'm gonna use those temporarily. I'm not even gonna bother showing you them because I don't like them and I don't want to kind of like indirectly endorse them. So but I do have an idea of what I am gonna use instead. So when I go to Home Depot and pick those materials up, I will share with you guys. So thanks for watching.